Hi, welcome back. Okay, so this is you're going to see me filming this video in segments. This is going to be a 2-month-long video because I am making apple cider vinegar. It will take 2 months for this to ferment and to have the end product. So what we're going to go ahead and do is, I have some old apples that were given to me. They're starting to shrivel and peel. What we're going to do is we're going to remove the core, cut them up. I had a knife here. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to cut this up. We're going to put it in the blender. The reason why I'm putting this in the blender instead of just using the chunks is because it will take less time and it'll be more of a better ferment than to just process it in chunks. A lot of people just slice it up and put it in a jar. I would rather make a mash. Okay, so you're going to take the flesh off. You don't have to peel the apple. Now, fun fact, Grandma doesn't like apples. I don't. It's too sweet. The skin on every apple that I have ever had gets in between my teeth and likes to cut my gums. I don't like apples. I've never liked them. Not even as a child. I don't know if you noticed, but I never liked them as a child. But we're going to add this to here. I mean, they have their place in my kitchen. I can make apple cider vinegar. Apple sauce is a nice treat served with pork. If I do a pork loin, I'll do a little bit of cinnamon apple sauce in it to give it a sweet flavor. I will use it in my cooking. I just don't like apples. Raw apples. Sorry. But here's what we're going to do. And we're going to make this apple cider vinegar. And it's going to take a couple months. You will see me making other videos along with this. So we're going to go ahead and put all the apples in here. We're going to put water in here. We're going to be making a half a gallon. Okay? Because that's the size of my jar. Now, along with this, for every gallon of mash that you're going to have 1 cup of sugar. You have to have the sugar. Even though the apples have a natural sugar to them, you still want to boost it with a little bit of sugar. This is half a gallon, so it's going to be half a cup. And you're going to put it right in the blender. Let's go ahead and add water to this. We're going to add it to the 6 cup mark. If we need to add a little bit more, we will. And what we're doing is that we're making a rough chop. We're not making applesauce in the thing, okay? We are just making a rough chop. And that's it. I'm going to pour it in our jar. Try to not get anything out the outside of the jar because it all needs to go into the inside of the jar. Thank you very much. Come on. And you want to get all the goodies. Get as much in there as you can. Now you notice it didn't fill it all up. So before we add water. And And we're going to add water all the way up to the bottom of the rim, because this will expand whenever the fibers absorb a lot more of that water. And that's what we want. Now, for this, you don't want to put the lid on. Vinegar, in order for it to permeate, needs air, just like the yogurt. You want to put a cheesecloth on top of it, or paper towel, washcloth, napkin, anything that will keep the fruit flies out. You will get fruit flies. So make sure this is in an area of your home that you know what's going to happen. A good remedy for fruit flies is if you take a small dish, like a tea plate or something, and put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in it, and a drop of Dawn dish soap. Set it next to what you're fermenting. What that'll do is that the fruit flies will be attracted to the apple cider vinegar, but the Dawn dish soap will make it to where they can't fly and they drown. Small tip. Here in the South, you get gnats, fruit flies, pretty much anything in the South. Mosquitoes. You know those little brown roaches that are like that long? That is in everybody's house down here? Yeah, they're called water bugs. And they fly. Nothing, absolutely nothing will terrify you more than whenever you go to step on one of them suckers and they start flying in your face. And you can't get rid of them. They're everywhere. No matter how much you spray your house, no matter how much you Terminex is rampant down here because everybody's trying to get rid of these things, and they keep coming because they breed underground and come up during the springtime. So we're going to go ahead and cover this up. I'm going to use paper towels because I am running, I did get more cheesecloth, but I'm using that for something else right now. You're going to want to wipe the outside because it's sticky. And you don't want to attract anything else in your home. And you're going to put a rubber band around this. Okay, now this is what you're going to put in a cupboard for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Then after that 4 weeks, we're going to strain it out. The liquid that's going to be in here is going to be the apple cider. And then after that, we'll wait, after it's strained, that is going to sit for another 4 weeks. This is a long process. It's a labor of love and time. But this is going to be so much better than what you buy in the store. We'll see you in about 4 weeks. Now that it has been 4 weeks since we've had the apple mash sitting and fermenting, we're going to go ahead and take it. We're going to strain it. We're going to strain all the solids off, and then the solids go to the compost pile. These solids I am not giving to the worms, only because there is a little bit of mold on here, and I want that to compost. We're just going to strain this out, just like we did with making cheese. Reserving all the liquid, because that's going to be the vinegar. But if you noticed, it fermented. The color of this is that the skin, golden color of the skin of these apples. So it didn't, there was not much mold, not much rotting of the actual apple. Now, if you want to, you can always put, you know, something on top of this to weight down the pieces of apple. It's not practical a lot of the times to be able to do that. I guess you can do the same thing with you did with soy sauce, is to put a piece of cellophane on top and keep everything submerged. As long as you keep an eye on it, shouldn't be that bad. And this did not ferment badly. Okay, and just like with making cheese, we're going to go ahead and hang this until it is completely drained. Okay, so now that we have everything drained, okay, we're going to go ahead and last type of strain, just in case some particles went through the cheesecloth. We're going to dump it back into the jar that I've rinsed out. And this needs to sit for another 4 weeks. Same deal, go ahead and cover everything up and let it sit in a back of a cupboard, some place that is cool as it can be, dry and out of direct sunlight. Now, out of all of that mash, most of it came back out as liquid. Okay, and this is, if you can actually taste this. It's not going to kill you. It tastes like weak vinegar. The longer it sits, the stronger it's going to get. Alright, and you actually may form some sort of, it's called a SCOBY. It's a colony of yeasts and bacteria that it may actually form a disc at the top of there. That is normal. Alright, so it's been 2 months since we started the apple cider vinegar. It's finally done. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. It's going to look cloudy. That's normal because it still has the bacteria in here that is still good for your gut health. I don't recommend pasteurizing this if you're using it to try to restore your gut health. You can pasteurize it if you wish, but that would be only just for cooking and pickling. You can, if you want to leave this raw, you can take a little bit every morning to restore the good bacteria that is in your intestines. Now, I'm going to leave this unpasteurized. If you take I don't know if you can see this, there is some cloudy stuff at the bottom here. Okay, that is a good stuff. That's the spent bacteria. That's what you want to be able to ingest in your system, because there's still live bacteria in that to be able to help with your digestion. And I did go ahead and find some really cute bottles at a thrift store, cleaned them up. This is a German beer bottle. with the flip top up. And all I gotta do is seal it. It's got a really good seal on it too. Cleaned it up, and I'm going to use these for my extracts and vinegars that I'm going to be making. This one's going to be for the apple cider vinegar. Now here we have 2 bottles of apple cider vinegar to be able to use. This will last a few months. If you're taking this on a daily basis, this will probably last you, that's a tablespoon a day. I'd say 3 or 4 months for both of these. So if you ever get apples that are given to you, especially whenever it's apple season, go ahead and make some apple cider vinegar for the year. I would say about 6 bottles of these would do you for the year. All right, thank you. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.